Religious nutjob EPs don't approve of me dating their son. I was attending an anime convention around 2 years ago, and it was the first time I had gathered the courage to cosplay. Doki Doki Literature Club had been out for maybe a month or two and was super popular, so me and my friends decided to go as the main girls, with me of course dressing up as Monica. The whole thing was amazing. Conventions themselves are always fun, but when you're cosplaying it's a whole new thing. During this time it wasn't uncommon to have people come up and give all four of us compliments or ask to take pictures with us. It's also important to note that for whatever reason that there's protesters at these conventions. They're your usual overbearing religious nutjob fun police types, but I have no idea what they actually protest. Anyways, one day we're walking around when this guy who looks to be about our age comes up to me and my friends were going out for food, and has this conversation with us about our costumes, getting into the game, giving us compliments, etc. He then asks to take some pictures with us, asking for some specific photos. One is where we are all trying to pull at him, and then he wants to take one-on-one photo with each of us with me looking in the background looking angry or spooky. It makes sense if you've seen or played the game. The final picture is of me holding onto his arm with a big smile while he looks terrified. After the photo we're exchanging Instagram info, and I casually ask if he's there with anyone, and he got super uncomfortable and said that he was there with his family. As the day goes on we're messaging each other over Instagram, and things had started to get pretty flirty. Eventually he asks me out to dinner at a restaurant near the hotel we're staying at. The date itself was pretty good, he was funny, we watched a lot of the same shows, and could banter back and forth on differences in opinion. A few weeks go by and we're dating at this point. We're over at his place and things are getting pretty hot and heavy on the sofa. Luckily nothing too raunchy was going on because his parents walk in with groceries out of nowhere. Apparently he hadn't told them about me, because they were all like, "Oh, who are you?" Although they didn't seem too upset on what they had walked in on. I'm beyond mortified, but the parents sit down across from us after putting the groceries down, and start asking questions: what's my name, how did we meet, etc. The both of them seem very excited to meet me at first. I introduce myself and tell the story of how we met, and pull up our photo together with me in costume and show it to them. They get these grim looks on their faces like they just found out I killed someone, and give their son this death glare. At this point they're asking me to leave, and I'm asking if I did something wrong, and apologizing if I did. It's just we want someone modest for our son and we don't see you two being a good match. Me, what? You don't exactly line up with our beliefs is all. Please leave, we need to talk with our son. Me, I don't understand. You need me to spell it out? He doesn't need some atheist cheesecake in his life. BF, Mum. Don't raise your voice to your mother. Walk your little friend out and say goodbye. They argue for another minute or two before my boyfriend walks me out. He gives me a kiss and tells me he's sorry and he'll call me later. When he finally calls back he explains how his parents help organize those protests at conventions and how they had some weird views like that. He said he fought with them for over an hour, about how he was done with their cheesecake after they demanded he never speak to me again. He ended up moving in with me about a month after that. It was kind of soon, but he didn't really have anywhere to go since his parents had given him an ultimatum and apparently his entire family is like that. On the bright side we're still together, so at least the story has a bit of a happy ending. I'm happy he defended you instead of just siding with his family. Good story. As a religious nutjob I'm sorry you got treated like that, shouldn't happen but sadly it does. People like his parents are stupid, but he stuck with you. He's a keeper. Yeah, he has his moments. No family, just Monica. That's hilarious. How old are you guys? Like, old enough to have own beliefs or young enough to be controlled by psycho parents? We're both 24. I don't usually see strikers near anime conventions since I only been to one and that's it. Where was this taking place at? I have never been to one without people protesting. My favorite part is always the counter-protesters. It's generally protesting against pretending you're someone you're not or some zucchini and to be the person God made you to be. Or some zucchini not really sure. I've never really given them much attention. M tries to stop me getting into my home. gets owned. First time starting off a thread, as I didn't have enough karma before. Context: I live in the center of a town that does a yearly half marathon. The marathon route basically traps me in my building as it goes on the roads around it, which I need to cross to reach the rest of town. It has been taking place years and was here before me, so I'm not bothered by it. I just avoid leaving my building until most of the runners have gone. On this day I had an errand to run but was going out in the afternoon, so was forced to push through the crowds on the pavements to then wait and cross through the runners. I managed to get to the shops and do what I needed to do. On my way back, it started hailing a crazy amount, huge stones that made the ground look like it had been snowed on. Spectators were sheltering underneath shop awnings, including the one above the door to my building, where a mum and her 2 young children were standing. Cast: me, Mighty Elmo, M, Evil Mutton. Me: excuse me, sorry, so British, can I just quickly get through? EM looks absolutely furious: no. Find your own spot, we're standing here. Fair enough. The door isn't too obvious. Me: no, I actually just live in this building, so I just need to get through that door. EM: I don't think so. These are offices, I work in them. Don't try and fool me and my girls into moving for you. They are not offices, so Lord knows why she'd say that. She's still in my way. Me: I really do live here. Look, I have my key and can open this door. EM: no. Can you just piss off and go somewhere else? She's being loud so everyone nearby can hear and is staring. Me: look, I really do just want to get into my home. EM: fine. Remember, everyone is looking. She moves, so I put my key in my door and, quell surprise, it opens. I give Em a little wave as I walk through and clock a couple of onlookers stifling some laughter. After all that, Em immediately walks off with her 2 daughters, into the hail. LDR, Em blocks my entry into my block of flats. Looks like a fool when I successfully open my front door. Edits: wow, this blew up overnight. Thank you for the golds, you kind people. There's been a lot of comments about why she lied. My building genuinely does just look like a block of offices, so my guess is she was assuming I was lying to get away from the hail, and made a quick judgment. I look very young, have pink hair, piercings and tattoos, to decide her lie was more believable than mine. Pro tip: if you can possibly avoid it, I know it's near impossible in busy cities, do not get an apartment in a business area of a town/city. People are dicks. This is the worst inconvenience, but we get so much staring and people looking into our foyer/lobby when we're unloading food, shopping/moving big items/just leaving the building. It's annoying AF. Update 1406. There seems to be a few more people finding this thread, so I thought you might be interested to know there was another similar event that blocked my building off in an even bigger way than last time. Fortunately no EP encounters that day though. Well, obviously, she works in your home while you're asleep. Well thanks, I am definitely not going to be sleeping tonight. It's a little creepy that she works in your home, smiley face, I know right? It does look like an office block from the outside, but it was such a weird lie. Well, how was she to know that her office was magically converted into your home overnight? If there are already people who can pack up and tidy all my stuff each day, then I definitely need that kind of magic for when I move it all out. Why do EPs always lie about something so pointless? Pride? Just needing to be right about something? The hail was painful bad. She might have just been desperate to avoid it at all costs. My mind thought that the Mighty Elmo was Melty Elmo. Oh god, the horror. M tries to kick me, ends up in an ambulance. Note, sorry for spelling mistakes, I am on mobile, and I type so fast my phone doesn't always register the keys typed. This happened a few days ago. I had gone on my usual shopping with help from the staff, as the manager is a friend of my mother. They were dinner ladies in my old school, and got along really well. Became friends, and so I always ask the manager that if anyone is free, I would appreciate the help as I feel nervous being by myself due to my autism. Well, While I was shopping, an M kept trying to steal stuff from my trolley while I was comparing prices on products so I can last longer with my budget. I managed to catch the M a few times, and I asked why she was taking stuff I was buying. She said this: "You can always get replacements. Stop, butternut." I start getting stressed and breaking down as the M starts ripping into me about my stutter. Here are a few of the things she said. "Stop talking. You're like a broken record. Are you retarded? You need help to talk? You're pathetic." I start sobbing and the manager is called over the radio. The Karen is told to leave me alone, and that if she kept bothering me, she would be banned for harassing a disabled girl. Karen calls Teresa the N-word and a snitch, and leaves. I managed to get myself together after Teresa and the manager helped me calm down. Teresa gets approval from the manager to run my trolley through to get the stuff on my shopping list. I always make a list before I get on the bus to the shop, while the manager kept me company at the customer service tills. Teresa came back after about 5 minutes and helped me run the items through the checkout, with the manager taking 10% off my total as a discount for not losing my temper at the M we encountered earlier. A taxi was called for me, and I waited outside in the parking area next to where the old Blockbuster used to be. I still miss that place. Teresa comes out to make sure I'm doing okay. My eyes were a bit puffy, and my face a bit red. M from earlier comes to the parking area, apparently waiting for her boyfriend, and spots me. "You." She screeches in a pitch so bad my ears were ringing. "You little banana. You caused me so much banana trouble tonight. I'm gonna zucchini you up, zucchini." What she forgot was that I was sitting leaning on the edge of those pole things on the edges of the parking areas. As soon as I moved when she went to swing a kick at me, a crunch was heard. She broke her butternut foot. I started laughing at how stupid she was for doing that, and Teresa scolded me, telling me that while it was a little bit funny, it wasn't the right time to laugh. The M is screaming for help, and crying assault. An ambulance was called for her, and she screamed that she would see me in court. I start losing it a bit due to stress making my emotions go haywire, and I am pulled away further down the parking area while she is treated to first aid while waiting for the ambulance. The ambulance takes her away, with police being called as well. The manager had shown police the CCTV footage of the parking area, showing all I did was dodge her. The M tried kicking me. The police chuckled a bit, and asked to talk to me. I got help to call my aunt, who we will call Mandy, and she got the report from the manager. Mandy became my appropriate adult, I think it is called. She helped me answer questions when I struggled to get my words out. Police were done in about 10 minutes. Mandy offered to take me home instead of paying for a taxi. I felt guilty about the taxi, but said yes. I hugged the manager and climbed in the back of Mandy's car after loading my bags into the boot/trunk. I love my auntie Mandy. Also, manager, if you are reading this, thank you for taking care of me. I'm sorry you had to tell my mum what happened. Still, I hope you're doing great. Love you, Roxy. Her nickname, not real name. We'll update if anything happens. Edit 1, thanks for the silver, kind stranger. Edit 2, holy banana. Platinum? Thank you, heart. Edit 3, gold? What did I do to deserve these awards? I didn't ask for these, but thank you. Edit 4, 4 silver awards? Thank you. I don't deserve this, but I am grateful. Help my own effort assaulted me. Logic 100. I love it. It's wonderful when horrible, hateful people get what's due them. And don't feel bad about the things she said. Jerks that verbally assault disabled people only do that because they hate themselves. There is nothing wrong with you. I have brain damage which caused my stutter. I also have autism. I am really sensitive about my stutter due to my memories about being kicked down the stairs which caused my brain damage. Crunch. Karen, police. I tried to kick her and she moved out of the way and I kicked a pole. I broke my foot. Arrest her for assault. What do you mean it was not assault? You idiot, it was assault. Karen mood. Why do entitled people always go for the disabled? It makes me sad and sick to even being on the same planet as them. I could never understand why they go for vulnerable people. Acts tough, gets foot hurt. Golden experience, Requiem.